My left elbow is so sore, dude. Hey, what do you know? What do you know? You know, I don't think we've done... Is this our first live video in Georgia? It might be. It might be. You look tired. Yeah, I haven't done a freaking live video in a while. I don't know who's gonna freaking show up, but here we are. Here we are. Before I get into it, I'm just gonna go ahead and dick around a bit. Show the spider web. Oh, look at that. I think I got more. Oh yeah, here's the biggie. Here's the freaking Goliath. Let me get over there. Joro-san. Oh god, I'm so sore. Ooh. Look how big this nasty bitch is. Joro-san. These freaking Japanese spiders are everywhere. Oh god. Tell you what, man, one thing about freaking outdoor climbing, it hits everything, man. My everything is sore. My entire being is feeling it. Entire freaking being is feeling it. Had a dude comment. I should have gotten his username, but I'm an asshole, so I forgot to. But he was saying that I posted a bunch of videos, including the easy climbs. The way I've been going about climbing outdoors lately, it's like just don't even look at the freaking guidebook or ask questions. I just get out there, see something I like, hop on it. Start easy, end hard, and stretch a little bit. I start to stretch before I get into the car and drive back, because if I don't stretch, I get out of the car feeling like a freaking old man. After, it's you shouldn't really do something difficult and then sit down and drive for, half an hour to an hour. Get all locked up, Yeah, don't look at the guidebook. I just fucking get out there and do it, And then I'll consult the guidebook when I get home to see if anything I climbed is an established climb with a name, a grade, etc. And then I'll freaking edit the footage I got recorded, and I'll post it with the name and the grade and a kind of a clickbaity title. And this guy, again, username I forgot, so I apologize, but this guy was saying, that it's nice to see somebody posting easier climbs, right? Most bouldering you see is going to be the cutting edge stuff. You know, V15, V16, V17. You know, yesterday I climbed like V0 to V4, you know. And he was saying, man, this is like actually looks doable. This is more my speed. It's nice to see people climbing easier boulders. Yeah, man. It's nice to climb easier boulders, you know. I've only climbed up to V8, you know, and then that V8 took me 8 fucking months to do, you know. Um, I've climbed V7 that took me like 5 weeks. Something like 7 sessions, you know. These are the grades I can flash or do in less than like 10 tries, basically. Though there was that one V1 that was literally just like uh, step up onto this horrible foothold and try to like grab the top. That took me 15 tries to kind of get the hang out of it. Very low percentage kind of move. Very comp style. But yeah, man. I mean, when you go outdoors, especially if you don't like I'm saying, I don't fucking use a guidebook at all. I'll look at it after, you know. And I'm going alone lately. I was supposed to have friends with me yesterday, but he bailed. But we're gonna go somewhere else Friday, which would be cool. But yeah, man. If you go out there without a guidebook, without anything, and you just start fucking around, it's like, you know, are you gonna flash anything? Probably not, unless you're fucking a professional, you know. And freaking yeah, man, that's pretty much the grades that I can climb within one session is like up to V4. Sometimes if it's like my style, V5. Um, and then everything else, man, V6 might take me 4, 5 sessions. You know, who knows? V7, if it's my style, maybe I can do it. You know, if it's my anti-style, good fucking luck, you know? Hey, what's up, dog? Talking about the grading outdoors and whatnot. But, yeah, man, it's just this is how it is, man. It's how fucking hard it is out there sometimes. And if you don't have the eye for it, you know, it's like good fucking luck. You better find somebody climbing that shit on YouTube and get some ideas. But the point of entry is so high for like outdoor climbing. You kind of just have to climb easier shit, otherwise you're gonna be eating shit. But that's pretty much that rant. Talking about outdoor grading, Shaky, man. How you doing, by the way? Hope you're doing okay. I'm out here getting some sunlight, you know. But yeah, like indoors, man. I've climbed several V8s indoors. I can make moves on like V9s, V10s, you know. I go outdoors and it's like, you know, really depending on location, but I feel like in the southeast especially, I don't know what it is in the southeast, but people just grade shit so harshly. I think what happens is we have the SCC around here, the Southern Climbing Coalition, and they go out to places that have boulders and they kind of spot it out and they make efforts to kind of, you know, clean it up, uh, climb everything, give it a name, give it a grade, make a guidebook, and then ensure that climbers have access to that place going forward into the future. But I think the problem is pretty much everybody who is kind of testing the climbs and grading them is like a fucking V12 climber, you know? So they hop on something, they're like, oh yeah, that felt like V0, but in reality, compared to gym climbing, you know, a V0 is like all just huge holes you can put like your whole fucking hand in. V0 outside might be like, you know, barely 1 centimeter foothold, you know what I mean? It might be you just got hands in like a crack that's like not even really a hold, but if you stand in a certain way, it feels easy. But if you're a literal beginner, which V0 should be a beginner boulder problem, there's no way you're gonna know the technique to make that feel easy, you know? You might not even have the freaking toe strength or the finger strength to even latch onto it, so if you're beginning, you gotta just climb whenever you can. You know, it could be a fucking scramble. You know, it might not even be something that's an actual boulder problem. It could just be more of a, you know, a fucking scramble of some rocks or whatever. But that's kind of how you start, you know? And from there, you know, you start trying some shit here and there. Don't even look at the grades. I don't even look at the fucking guidebook. I don't give a shit. I look at it after the fact. When I get home, I look at it. I'm like, oh, okay, that thing I was on is this. Good to know. You know, otherwise you're gonna get all fed up. People always get fed up outside, you know. I feel like 50% of the gym climbers I've known who have taken outside get so pissed because they're like, man, this ain't no fucking V4. I climbed V4 on the moon board. This ain't no fucking V4. This is just like V10. And it's like, well, that's your opinion, but yeah, that's what it says in the book. But you shouldn't get fucking caught up in that. Just climb whatever's fun. You know, climb whatever's fucking challenging. Have a good time. Don't fucking worry about it, you know? You keep doing it, you'll get to V10 eventually. And by then you probably won't even give a shit. Anyway. That's enough of that rant. I got a dude who wants to be coached by me in November. One of his goals is to climb V10. I'm about to tell him, like, choose one, you know? If that's your goal, if your goal is to climb a V10 outside, go out, find one that suits you, you know, that seems possible, and start fucking doing it. And then from there, you can be like, well, I can't do this move. What can I do at home or in the gym to make that possible? You know, you gotta be specific with your goals and working toward them. You can't just be in the gym all the time, climbing random bullshit. Or climbing, you know, you can climb V10 on the moon board, and then maybe find a fucking real boulder that feels like that. But good luck finding them. It's not a whole lot of 40-degree angle, you know, V10s with, you know, holds that are fucking bigger than 1 centimeter. Yeah, it's definitely doable for him. It is a hell of a goal, but it's doable. I think he's climbed up to V7 in the past or something. But I'm not sure. He wants to be able to do it within like a year or two. I'm not sure how that is going to go, especially considering his history of injuries. But we're going to try, you know? We're going to try. But it's all about the process, man. You got to enjoy the process. You can't just be fucking grinding all the time. Especially if you're like a regular ass person. Like this guy's a little bit younger than me, but I think it's still in its 30s or something. Alright, peace. Have a good one, Shiggy. But it's doable. We'll see about the time frame though. The problem is there's a lot of people online that'll be like, I got to V10 within 2 years of training, but it's like, you're not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, that guy might be genetically predisposed to be a crazy strong climber. And he also might be genetically predisposed to being able to take a hard, frequent training load, you know? And they might also be like a fucking teenager where they can just work hard, you know, kill themselves in the gym, you know, get like 8 hours of sleep, wake up feeling like 100%, you know? Good luck doing that in your 30s. Unless you're on some kind of steroids or something. But still, you know, we're talking about like tendon damage, joint damage you got to recover from. Steroids will only do so much for that. I think. I don't fucking know. It's mostly muscular, right? Hormonal. I would be curious to see, and I hope there are professional climbers who get into this in the future. Because I feel like at this point, there's, you know, bodybuilders and strength athletes that are like, yeah, I'm on roids. You know what I mean? We're all on fucking roids. Even like UFC fighters and stuff are like, yeah, man, everybody's on steroids. So I'm curious if in the climbing community, these professionals ever say like what they're doing to like enhance their performance. You know, if anything, I feel like they got to be on something. You know, some of these guys. I mean, there was a fucking guy who was an Olympian that was talking about, yeah, I pretty much 8 hours a day, every day, take a day off once a month or two. I'm like, what the fuck? That sounds impossible. That sounds inhuman. Gotta be taking something. Or are they just that freaky of a person to be able to do that? Who knows? Anyway, that's about it, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Here's my dog. Let me switch the camera. Boop boop. Well, it's not working. Fuck me. There we go. Oh, what's up, Jagged? Sorry, man. I'm about to hit out, but I'm doing good. Anyway, y'all take care. I gotta go start my day. Peace.